Kentucky. It's game one of our doubleheader on CBS Sports. First up, an ACC matchup between Notre Dame and the Cardinals of Louisville. Here is Louisville's tournament profile with Selection Sunday 2 weeks from today. Our bracketologist Jerry Palm has the Cardinals in as a 7 seed. Those 4 wins against Quad 1, certainly the strength of their resume. And hi everyone, welcome to Louisville with former Villanova coach Steve Lapis. I'm Andrew Cadillac. The good news, Louisville's in the tournament according to Jerry Palm, but the bad news here in Louisville, Cardinals have lost 3 in a row. They're struggling scoring, and they need this game today to get back on track.
And they're playing a Notre Dame team that has struggled to score all year, but it's playing a little better. For Chris Mack and Louisville, it's about getting your mojo back, because this was one of the surprise teams in the country all season. They've struggled lately. He wants to get them back on a roll before the ACC tournament.
Struggling offensively, averaging just 54 points per game over the last 4, but defensively they've played well, and that's the subject of our AT&T Fast Analysis.
Well, they're number 17 in defensive efficiency. Chris Mack's teams always play great defense, and their half-court man-to-man, they do a terrific job of helping and cutting off lane penetration. Ryan McMahon is going to come in here and show that help, and then he's able to get his hands on it for a steal, and then they go the other way. Notre Dame, they decided to play a little bit faster. Mike Bray's team has struggled to score. They put a 20-second clock in practice now to try and get some open transition looks for his young players and loosen them up a little bit.
Now we'll talk more about that. Mike Bray went in depth with us pregame about the 20-second shot clock in practice. Try to get them not to overthink things, just go down the court and shoot. As we take a look at the starting lineups for both teams, and for Mike Bray, Nikola Jogo is once again a no-go with a shoulder injury, so Jawan Durham is in the starting lineup for the Irish once again. And for Louisville, it's been Jordan Nwora that has been carrying them, averaging 17 points per game. For Chris Mack, who earlier in the week was named one of 15 finalists for the Naismith Coach of the Year award, he has done a tremendous job for a Louisville team that in the preseason ACC poll was picked to finish 11th out of 15 teams. It is senior day in Louisville. 3 seniors, and one of them's right there. Quan Four, along with Kristen Cunningham and Akoi Agau. The Cards have won 15 of their last 17 on senior day, and it's Notre Dame that controls the opening tip.
And you'll see Louisville about 98% man-to-man. That's been Chris Mack's entire career, and as I said, one of the best in the country at defending in the half court.
Notre Dame played very well last Monday at Florida State. Had the lead in the second half. They were up 8, but could not close it out against the Seminoles as Durham misfires out of the gate. That's kind of been the MO for Notre Dame. They're hanging tough. They're playing hard, but just don't have enough in the tank to close out games.
Well, you know, Andrew, when you've got 3 starting perimeter players all shooting under 40% from the field, that makes it very, very difficult to score. They have struggled to shoot the ball, this young team.
Here's Dwayne Sutton putting it on the floor with 6 on the shot clock. A reset up top to Cunningham. He's going to have to put one up, drives right in, and connects.
I mean, this kid has been a real find. The graduate transfer from Samford, who had a very good career at Samford and having an unbelievable ACC season.
Grew up in Georgetown, Kentucky, and Chris Mack thought, hey, even though it's near Lexington, maybe we got a chance to get this guy, and they did. And there's John Mooney, who's been carrying the Irish this year.
And he's the key. He's got to get more and more touches, especially in the half court. And now, early on, Notre Dame going to the zone, they have guys like Gibbs and Prentice Hub that need to play a lot of minutes, so playing zone is very important for them.
Malik Williams bounces it out to Cunningham. Once again, Louisville using some shot clock. Turnaround by Nwora. Does not get the bounce, and Durham the rebound.
Well, neither one of these teams plays exceedingly fast, but like I said, Notre Dame wants to play a little bit faster to get some open shots in transition if they can. They feel like their players have played under pressure in the half court.
Here's Harvey. And the tip by Durham won't go either, and Four has it.
You just saw the story of their season. 2 missed layups right at the rim.
But Four turns it over. Here comes Hub, and he'll back it out. Nice feed to Durham. They move it over to Harvey on the block. And he took too many steps. Our officiating crew, Jamie Lucky, Bert Smith, Doug Shows. Now, Louisville was rolling along until that game against Duke on February the 12th. They had a 23-point lead with 9 minutes to go and then completely fell apart. And Coach haven't really recovered since that Duke comeback.
And that's what Chris Mack told us. I said, what was the big turning point in the season? Not going south because they're an NCAA tournament team, but when things start to unravel confidence-wise, he said, right away, Duke. And that'll do it to you. The bottom fell out, and you just can't stop it sometimes. Not that they're not really good, but 23 with 9 to go, obviously you feel like let one get away.
Also up 10 at the half against Virginia, lost that game. Even on Wednesday night, a 5-point lead, 7.5 minutes to go against Boston College. And they could not close that one out as Malik Williams with the flush. Thought it was interesting. We were at Louisville's practice here yesterday. They went long for an early March practice the day before a game. But at the end of practice, Chris Mack broke the team down and said, guys, there's 2 things you can control in this game against Notre Dame, as Gibbs' shot won't go. Your effort and your toughness. Shots might not go in. We might not get all the rebounds, but you can control your effort and toughness. And that's what Chris Mack wants out of his team today, as Wara connects from the outside.
And that's generally what he gets from his teams is toughness and effort. And now we see Jordan Wara. And look at this Louisville team. If you look, Jordan Wara is their best player. Last year he averaged 7 points a game, and he's their best player. So this is a team that he's done a great job with. Graduate transfers, guys that weren't even that good. Stephen Enoch from UConn, who's now had 22 against BC and is playing like a real player. I mean, he's done an amazing job with this program.
Malik Williams, the sophomore out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, with the flush. And then on the outside, Wara, who's 9th in the ACC, shooting 37% from deep. That one won't go, out of bounds to Notre Dame.
Wara worked very hard on his body. Chris Mack called him in early on and said, listen, if you don't start getting in better shape, you're not going to be able to play the defense that I want you to play. And if you're not playing defense, you're not going to be on the court so that you have a chance to make shots. And that's what he did. He transformed his body. He worked very hard, and he's become a much better defensive player and obviously a gifted offensive player.
Notre Dame started 1 out of 5 in a substitution as Durham goes to the bench, and the freshman Dane Goodwin checks in.
Yeah, I think I like playing small better if I'm Notre Dame. It's hard to play Mooney and Durham together. Durham basically has to play inside. I think this opens the floor up for them a little bit more.
Wild shot by Gibbs, out of bounds to Louisville, and we have a timeout. Just over 4 minutes in, a good start for the Cardinals on Senior Day. They lead Notre Dame 7-2 on CBS. This guy's bringing the energy early here on a Sunday. Louisville in front 7-2. And you look at what the Cards did their first 8 games of league play compared to their last 8 games, and the shooting has fallen off a cliff, Coach.
Big time. I mean, this is a team that is still the 4th highest scoring team in the league in conference games, and that's in the last 4 games. They've been under 60 4 games in a row, so they have really struggled to score. 41% from 2 is that'd be one of the worst numbers in the country.
3 field goals so far by the Cardinals by 3 different players, and they have a 5-point lead. Trying to get their 19th win of the season.
And one thing about Chris Mack, he runs a lot of set plays in his offense. And here's Stephen Enoch down low, who at Connecticut really did nothing. 22 in his last game against BC. I'll tell you what, they've done an unbelievable job with this kid on his body, too. A tough, low-post scorer who can make threes.
Enoch had a career-high 22 that you mentioned against Boston College in the loss on Wednesday. It's a 7-0 run for Louisville, and Notre Dame has gone 5 straight empty trips. Make it 5 because Mooney counted in the foul. The offensive rebound, keeping that trip alive, and he'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Well, one thing about Mooney, he's the 3rd best offensive rebounder in the conference, one of the best rebounders in the entire nation. As a matter of fact, he leads all major conferences in rebounds per game in conference play, over 12 a game. So this is a guy you got to keep off the glass, and especially this Notre Dame team. If they're going to miss shots like they're missing early on here, he's got to get to the glass.
Mooney now 2 out of 2, while the rest of the Irish have combined to go 0 for 6 as Mooney misses the free throw. Mike Bray telling us before the game, it's really one of the better stories around Notre Dame is Mooney's progress this year. His first 2 seasons with the Irish, he averaged 4 points and 3 rebounds a game. Obviously wasn't getting a ton of playing time, but now averaging a double-double. What a junior year it's been for Mooney, who grabs another rebound.
He gets great position. He's got terrific hands like most great rebounders. And he's also one of their best 3-point shooters by percentage.
And there's a 3 from the outside. Prentice Hub, who had 17 against Florida State on Monday.
Prentice Hub is getting better and better every game. He plays a ton of minutes, probably too many minutes. That's not the plan because they thought Rex Pfluger was going to be their point guard, who's been out most of the year.
Laura guarded by Goodwin. Back out Sutton for three. Doesn't get the bounce, and another board from Mooney. That's his third.
And you see Notre Dame pushing the ball up, seeing if they can probe this defense early to come up with something good. I don't know if that was very good.
Hub misses, and on the scramble, Goodwin commits a foul. Mooney, the junior out of Orlando, Florida, with 17 double-doubles, most in the ACC. And next on the list, Luke May got his 12th last night.
And you know what, Andrew? They went to Europe this past summer on a foreign tour, and Mike Bray came back and said he wasn't real good. I mean, this has kind of been a revelation that he has played this way. They didn't expect this. And Notre Dame, almost every possession, has switched defense between man and zone, trying to keep Louisville, who's struggling to score, we said, off balance, but they're going to have to double him.
And Enoch is in a good groove of late. Two more for the transfer from UConn. He had a double-double against Carolina, 17 points, 11 boards, and is one of the better Cardinal players over the last couple of weeks.
Well, you get that kind of position down low, it's going to be tough.
Hub on the attack, and Enoch is there for the block.
Well, Stephen Enoch comes over, and like all good defensive teams, you've got to see the ball and see your man. He does a good job of seeing what was going on and reacting.
4 points and a block for Enoch. 8 on the shot clock for Notre Dame. Nate Laszewski hands off to Hub. They got to go in a hurry. Hub's got to force one up. He does. And VJ King into the game with the rebound.
And they're looking at Enoch every time. I think Notre Dame's going to have to make a decision on him in terms of doubling.
Louisville on Wednesday at Boston College had 10 points in the first 11 minutes. They've got 11 here, less than 7 in. And a turnover, though. And here comes Hub.
Dwayne Sutton has really been struggling. We talked to Chris Mack yesterday. He was saying that's the guy he'd like to see get going, who had played with a lot of confidence early on, especially that game at North Carolina when they drilled the Tar Heels.
Cunningham spinning, had it taken away by Gibbs. Good defense by the junior out of Scotch Plains, New Jersey. And not a good pass by Hub.
You know, I see Prentice Hub, and sometimes I see him and say, boy, this kid's going to be really good. Then I see him do things like that, and I'm saying, gee, that's not a good decision for a guy who's a point guard.
You see Sutton, last 4 games, single digits in all 4, and shooting just 24%. And Chris Mack said, you know, as a team, we have to get on track with the ACC tournament and NCAA tournament coming up. But specifically, as you mentioned, Steve, pointing to Dwayne Sutton.
Yeah, this kid was playing extremely confident. 13 double-figure games in his last 20, but the last 4, as you said, not very good.
2 straight turnovers for Louisville. Enoch's jumper won't go. King, the offensive board. Back out Enoch, 3.
That's a great box out by Laszewski that time on Wara.
And the foul on Wara's his first. You mentioned the word confidence, Steve, when talking about Louisville, and it's so down right now for the Cards that at practice yesterday, Chris Mack had a big TV screen on the court, and he wasn't showing them Notre Dame clips. He was showing them highlight reels of his own team from Louisville from earlier in the year, showing them, hey guys, this is how we're capable of playing. And it wasn't just dunks and threes, it was even guys taking charges just to kind of get them going, to remind them of what they can do and what they need to do.
When you're trying to get guys' confidence back as a coach, you'll try anything, from take them to the movies to show them what they did right, to you name it. You'll try whatever you can to try and get them going in the right direction again.
He was making them run a little bit yesterday, too.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. He wasn't easy on him, I can tell you that.
There's McMahon. And wide open is King. And a whistle inside. That's going to stay down here. A foul called against Notre Dame. Back and forth we go. Cards by 4. You're watching ACC basketball on CBS. Well, if you want your sports news without the hot takes, you can stream CBS Sports HQ, the free 24/7 network to make you a smarter fan. Download the CBS Sports app today. How about Steven Enoch, 4 early points for Louisville?
He's been a real revelation. We saw him play a ton of times in UConn, and he didn't do this kind of stuff. He gets great position, uses right hand, left hand, and he also does a good job on the defensive end by making that block shot before.
And the tip by Malik Williams. Both teams had been cold before that bucket. Notre Dame still 0 for their last 5. Louisville had been 1 for 6 before that hoop.
But right now, Louisville really dominating the glass, 13-7 rebounding advantage.
Louisville's already had 9 guys on the floor today. Notre Dame only goes 7 deep, all they're capable of really this year. As much as Mike Brey is comfortable. Shot clock at 1. And Gibbs hits the front of the rim. Williams rips it away from Durham.
I mean, that's got to be the 3rd flyer that they've taken in the first 9 minutes of this game at the end of the shot clock.
McMahon. Oh, he gets it to go. The 3-point specialist showing off some touch on the inside. And a timeout by Notre Dame with 10:39 to go first half. A 6-0 run for Louisville. McMahon normally sets up shop on the outside. Coming down low for the Cards. Louisville with 7 field goals by 5 different players. They are spreading it around here, and they lead it by 8. Notre Dame now scoreless in the last 4 minutes and 10 seconds. They're 0 for their last 6.
Yeah, Louisville's half-court defense has been really good. They got to start hitting some bodies, Notre Dame, on offense. And I think this guy's got to get to touch the ball as much as he possibly can.
Jumper by Mooney, rolls around and out. King and Williams collide, and Louisville still has it.
And the problem with Notre Dame, they're playing small right now, so they're not getting an offensive glass. If Mooney shoots the ball from the perimeter.
Turnover by McMahon. Hub up ahead of the pack, and Hub scores. That ends the drought for Notre Dame. Midway through the first half, it's a 15-9 Louisville advantage. Cardinals have lost 3 straight. They have not lost 4 in a row since February of 2004. That was Rick Pitino's 3rd season at Louisville. What a play by DJ Harvey.
And a good job by Notre Dame. There's an example of them wanting to push the ball much better in that kind of situation than bog down in the half court.
And Mike Brey said now it's been about 10 days when at practice they've only been using a 20-second shot clock. And he feels it's really helped his team not overthink things, just get up and go. As Williams connects on the jumper. But also, Coach, he said it kind of energizes them in practice this late in the season.
Especially when they're having a tough year like this, it kind of gets everybody excited. He even went to 15 seconds, he told us, of the last couple of days in practice to get it really moving.
Mooney from the free throw line. Yeah, it's the 2nd time in a row Mooney's had one nearly go down. Mooney got a hand on it. And Perry able to control it. McMahon for 3.
It seems like Mooney creates so much space on the defensive glass that no one's even around him when he grabs a rebound.
Hub, step back 3. Yes, Prentice Hub. That's his 2nd triple. He's got 8 points.
And that time, Malik Williams didn't do a good job of getting to Hub in that semi-transition situation and just knocked it out.
Warren catches it in tight and able to finish right in front of Harvey. Warren, the sophomore out of Buffalo, New York. Louisville in this half on their 2-point attempts, 8 out of 12. On their 3-point attempts, they're 1 for 7. Inside 8 to go. Goodwin catch and shoot 3s off the mark. Wara again on the attack, partially blocked by Harvey, and Mooney tracks it down in the corner. Wara slips, so numbers as Goodwin, everyone's slipping. Gibbs, yes. TJ Gibbs.
And you know, these would not go down, Andrew, as fast break points, but to me, these are fast break points. They are secondary breaks, which they are attacking the defense before it's set, which is good because Louisville's set defense is so difficult.
Notre Dame's been playing hard. The wins have not been coming, but they were beaten by double digits just once in February. They played Florida State tough on Monday. King lays it in. Notre Dame's giving you a consistent effort every night.
I mean, when you think about what happened to them at home against Virginia, they got drilled. They go to Virginia, and they gave Virginia all they wanted down there, so they're definitely responding to Mike Bray.
Mooney throws it down. Big John with the finish. Six points, 6 rebounds for Mooney. And Louisville calls timeout with 6:39 to go. Their lead is down to 3. John Mooney, what a season he has had. And off to a good start today in Louisville. We're back with our game summary. You look at Notre Dame's field goals. They started 3 out of 16, but since then 5 out of 7, and they've cut it down to a 1-possession game. Mooney's got 6 points.
Well, you take a look here. Malik Williams, number 5, is going to commit a cardinal sin. He's going to ball watch. You can't ball watch. And what happens is now Mooney's going to sneak from behind, and he's not going to know where he is. And that's how Mooney ends up with this dunk. You can't turn your head and lose total sight of your man. Then he cuts to the basket, and it's an easy deuce.
Did you intentionally say cardinal sin, or did that just come out?
No, that
was well played.
I'm not going to lie to you. It just came out.
Okay. That's what I figured.
If it was you, I know if it was you, you would have planned it. I got that. Me, you pointed that out, I know.
Enoch puts it in. 6 points for Stephen Enoch.
I know War was one of the most improved guys in the country, second most improved in the country. But this guy, Enoch, I'm telling you, he's up there also.
He's guarding Mooney. Mooney doesn't even come close, trying to go around Enoch. Enoch didn't play varsity basketball till his junior year of high school. As that 3 won't go, the tip not there either. Warwick gets it back. 3rd time's a charm.
You know, you look at Notre Dame, they have really one rebounder, and that's Mooney. All these other guys basically are guards.
And when Mooney was on the bench, Coach, Louisville out-rebounded Notre Dame 7-1. That's a big part of why the discrepancy is so large right now as Hub uses the window.
This kid's going to be a good player. He's gotten much better with his assist-to-turnover ratio. Now you see Notre Dame back into this zone once again.
Hub already in double figures with 10 points. 11th time this year he's been in doubles with 5:20 to go first half. 4 left alone for 3. And the long rebound out to Harvey. Numbers for the Irish. Pass by Harvey, and Mike Bray jumping up and down on the sideline. Not happy about that one. Tonight on 60 Minutes, a group of kids have filed what may be the most important climate change lawsuit of our time. Will it surprise even the skeptics? Hear the data for yourself tonight. There's Mike Bray, 19th season at Notre Dame. And it's the most freshman minutes that Mike Bray has ever had. And the 3rd most at Notre Dame since the 72-73 season.
Well, when you think of it, they're number 315 in experience, so this team is really young. But, you know, they lost a guy like Pfluger, who was one of their experienced guys, and that has really hurt.
Yeah, and as we were talking with Bray before the game, every single scholarship player returns next year as Hub misses. How many times do you have an entire team that's expected to come back the following season?
And that's why Mike is also enjoying these kids, because he wants them to get better and better, regardless of what happens this year, because they'll all be back next year.
And Sutton could not grab the offensive board out of bounds to Notre Dame. Here is Rex Pfluger, who tore his ACL against Purdue. He's been traveling with the team and will be back next season. And they've certainly missed Pfluger.
Tough kid, assists, steals, tough, and made big shots, as Mike Bray said.
Yeah. How about Louisville from deep today? Just 1 out of 10.
And they normally make over 8 a game.
Last game, they were 5 for 24 shooting threes, so they've been really cold from beyond the arc this week. Harvey inside. Scoop shot won't go. And big rebound by King, and he's fouled by Harvey. Good hustle there by V.J. King. Louisville by 5 on CBS. Coming up on AT&T at the half, Greg Gumbel, Seth Davis, Clark Kellogg have highlights of today's early action, plus a look ahead of Game 2 of our doubleheader between Michigan and Maryland. That's coming up on AT&T at the half. Here's some of the headlines from yesterday around the country, and on the bottom of your screen, if you saw the video, really ugly scene after Nevada lost at Utah State. Jordan Caroline, their star player, was upset about something. It appeared that when the Utah State fans stormed the court, he was pushed around or words were exchanged. And, Coach, I know you have strong feelings about court stormings.
I've been on both sides of them, and when you're the visitor and they storm the court on you, I'm telling you, it's a scary situation. And they can be stopped. I remember in the old days, I'm going to give my age away, when Bill Mazeroski hit that home run against the Yankees in 1960, fans were running the bases with it. You see that anymore? You can stop people in the stadium from going on the field. You can certainly stop it if you're a school administrator. Great pass and great run in transition. They must do something about court storming. Somebody could get killed. And that's what I'm talking about with Notre Dame. Their scoring in this game has been in transition and semi-transition. That was a good defense.
That was Cunningham on his senior day, the transfer from Sanford, putting Louisville back up by 5. Three minutes to go in the first half. Harvey, 18-footer, no good, and the rebound to Enoch. He's made his presence felt here in the first half. Cunningham. And somehow Mooney comes away with it. There were 2 red jerseys right in front of him. Harvey coast to coast. Blocked. Good defense by Wara. And now out of bounds. And it's Notre Dame basketball.
Well, great job here. Well, this time, this is Harvey going to the basket. They're all standing there watching the ball go out of bounds.
This is the first time Harvey is going out in the first half, and Hub has not come out. And these 2 guys especially play a ton of minutes, along with Gibbs and Mooney. Here's Mooney. Thought about a 3. Good defense here by Louisville with the shot clock at 7. Step back, Gibbs. No, tough shot there.
Great defense there by Louisville, not allowing the dribble penetration.
Gibbs 1 of 5 shooting in the first half. Wara attacking and scoring. Notre Dame has 22 total points. Louisville has 24 points in the paint. Mooney, strong move. How about that?
That was all strong there.
Creating space and good position from Mooney. Neither team has made a free throw in this first half, but Notre Dame's only shot 1, and Louisville has not gone to the line with 90 seconds to go.
One thing about Notre Dame, Andrew, as you know, they're number 2 in the nation in least fouls. They only commit 14 fouls a game, so they're not giving up free throws.
Another rebound from Mooney.
He just always has great position. He gets his man out of the lane, and he's got that whole spot for himself.
And, Coach, now you include the BC game Wednesday, and so far today, Louisville is 6 for 35 shooting 3-pointers, 17%.
Yeah, offensively, let's face it, for the last 4.5 games now, they've been lost. Just get it to this guy.
Shot clock at 2. And the rebound out to Williams. Final 45 of the first half. Game 1 of our doubleheader on CBS. Coming up when we're done, it's number 9 Michigan against 17th ranked Maryland. McMahon, deep 3. Mooney skying for the board. And for Mooney, that is his 9th rebound of the half.
And they're going to get the last one. If they get out of here down 3, they'll really have been doing something. Actually, if they get out of here down 5, they'll be doing something.
for three. Won't go. Laszewski, no. And Williams at the horn is no good. And at the half, Louisville has a 5-point lead. That's the end of the first with Louisville 29, Notre Dame 24. Time now for AT&T at the half. Let's go to Greg Gumbel. The Kentucky Derby Museum, located here in Louisville on the grounds of historic Churchill Downs. Our Associate Director, Bill O'Brien, already studying up for the Run for the Roses just over 2 months away. As we take a look at the Buick first half stats, neither team shooting well from the outside. Louisville having all of its success in the paint. As we welcome you back courtside with Steve Lapis, I'm Andrew Catalan. Not a lot of fouls, hardly any free throws. Neither team could shoot it, but Louisville going inside, that was the difference in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, the big key was really Malik Williams and Stephen Enoch were the best players in the game for Louisville in the half court. They have 24 of their 29 points in the paint in this game. So they have really dominated this thing inside. Notre Dame's got to do a better job, but they're playing small. That's a big reason why they're doing it. But Mooney is really doing the job. He's got to get as many touches as he can. He's terrific on the glass. Defensive rebounding, he's dominating, but he's got to constantly be involved in the offense, especially in the half court.
Mooney and Hub combined to score 20 of Notre Dame's 24 points. The rest of the team, outside of those two, scored 4 points, and they were 2 of 17. So will there be a third option for the Irish today? They trail by 5, and the second half is underway on CBS.
And Notre Dame comes out in that zone. And let's face it, I mean, Louisville normally a much better three-point shooting team than this.
1 of 12 in the first half.
Anybody would be a normal better shooting team than that.
Sutton. It still won't go, but the follow by Wara, and he's got 13. 31-24. Louisville trying to stop a 3-game losing streak and try to get going in the right direction. And you see that Notre Dame with the shot clock inside 10, they're 0 for 8. That's why Mike Bray wants them to get up and down, and Mooney connects.
They have not done a good job of being able to stay with that pick and pop move of Mooney, setting screens there in semi-transition and not getting to him quick enough.
Sutton back out to 4. Did not wear the number 4 at Richmond, but was sick of getting questions about it as Louisville misses another 3. So here with the Cards, 4 does wear 4. There it is.
I mean, you take a look at this. Malik Williams is guarding Notre Dame's most dangerous player. So you're going to see him here stay way too long on that screen. And Mooney ends up all alone. You got to get to him quicker. Stayed way too long on that pick and roll.
How many times do you think the word 4 is said when we play golf together?
A lot.
And 2 more for Jordan Wara. 33-27.
Defense on the last 2 plays for Notre Dame, including that offensive rebound for Wara. A little soft.
Mooney. Out to Goodwin, left open for 3. And hit. And the rebound to Louisville. Still no points off the bench for Notre Dame today. Yeah, not a huge surprise, but they need a little something from the bench, and they've got nothing.
Yeah, Laszewski and Goodwin have to do a little bit.
Another missed 3, and Mooney fouls Williams on the putback. It'll be the first time today that Louisville goes to the free throw line.
Boy, Malik Williams is having a strong game. That's his 9th rebound of this game.
Our rules analyst, Gene Steratore, is with us back in New York. He could go out and get a sandwich today. I mean, there's nothing going on.
I could have reffed that first half. I know Gene is probably cringing back in New York. I could have reffed that half.
I actually have confirmation he is cringing right now. Yes.
Well, you know, I coached 510 games in Division I. I reffed 510 games.
Sure.
He probably accused me of that.
He knows that. Tonight on CBS, everyone will find love. Even Coach Lapis and Gene Steratore. It comes with a little help from above. God Friended Me. A new episode tonight after 60 minutes. Only CBS.
That was good. You threw that in there, huh?
Here comes the crowd on Senior Day at the Yum Center. This building will host the South Regional this year as Hub misfires from deep.
This is really danger time for Notre Dame.
Gibbs got a hand on that to knock it out of bounds. So entering today, Louisville made 29 of their last 104 threes, and they're 1 of 15 today.
You know, that's not going to make Chris Mack feel any better, but defensively, they definitely showed up.
4. No, the tip not there. Williams gets it back and finishes. And this is Louisville's largest lead of the day. It's up to 10.
I mean, they're basically out there, Notre Dame, with one rebounder, and that's Mooney.
Gibbs with a big shot from the outside. He was 1 of 5 in the first half.
And there's another one of those semi-transition baskets, Andrew, that's been really Notre Dame's offense in this game.
Rebounds this half, 6-0 in favor of Louisville.
And the zone is a hard defense to rebound out of. That's the negative.
Another missed 3. Nobody got the rebound. 4. Inside to Sutton for 2 more. Man, that was a big opportunity. Mike Bray kind of showed that on his face. The missed 3. Rebound was right there. Nobody went to get it. And it cost him 2 points. Gibbs, deep 3. Oh, yes. Back-to-back for TJ Gibbs.
Finally getting something going here on offense in the half, not in the half court, but again in the semi-transition for Notre Dame. But they got to get some stops.
Nearly a turnover. Goodwin does take it away. 2-on-1 with Hub. And Goodwin left it for no one.
Bad decision. He's got to take that to the basket. His man was leaving him.
Warren's fouled, and he'll shoot 2. Notre Dame down by 6 on CBS. Back in Louisville, let's take a look at our AT&T Fast Analysis, Steve.
Well, you're going to see here some really good execution. It starts with a screen from Kristen Cunningham, and then Stephen Enoch. That's a handoff and a quick dive to the basket. Notre Dame does not react fast enough, and they're able to score that lob on the AT&T Fast Analysis.
Points in the paint. 30-16 in favor of Louisville, and just break it down by this half. The rebounds 7-0 in favor of the Cardinals, and second chance points 8-0 in favor of Louisville.
Obviously, Mike Bray doesn't feel like Duran Durham, when he's in the game, helps them offensively. It kind of bogs things down, but they don't rebound without him.
Wednesday night, 10 Eastern, CBS Sports Network, a Mountain West showdown as Fresno State, having a very nice year, collides with the Aztecs of San Diego State. 15 points for Jordan Wara, and the lead is 8 for Louisville.
Yeah, this is a situation where Mike Bray's in a tough spot because his best offensive team doesn't really include Durham and Mooney on the floor at the same time, but they're getting killed on the glass.
Chris Doherty on the floor for the first time today for Notre Dame as Mooney's shot is short. McMahon fakes the 3, drives in, and turns it over.
I mean, he's a three-point shooter. He's a guy who's got, as soon as he catches it in that situation, just go with it.
Leschewski is fouled shooting the 3. You're absolutely right. That's what Chris Mack was telling his assistants after McMahon passed on the 3. Shoot it.
I mean, that's what he is. The bulk of his field goals this season and every season are from the three-point line. Wow.
So 3 shots for the freshman Leschewski out of Jupiter, Florida. Notre Dame still has not made a free throw yet in this game. 2 best free throw shooting teams in the conference. Louisville, number 1, shooting 77% as a team. Notre Dame, number 2, 76%.
And normally Louisville gets to the foul line a lot. I mean, these are killers to miss these. But usually Louisville gets to the foul line a lot, but not against this team. Nobody does.
Leschewski's a 77% free throw shooter, so And he makes it. That's the first free throw Notre Dame has made today. It's also the first bench point of the day for the Irish.
It's amazing that they're still within 7 points.
Contact, no call. Wara, now a foul is called on Notre Dame. And Mike Bray is saying, what about the first time? Foul's on Doherty.
Yeah, that's a charge. Now, I'm not saying, especially from that angle, could have been a little bit of a flop, but he stuck his arm out. That could have been a charge.
So here's Wara, the second most improved scorer in the country this year. He averaged 5 points per game a year ago, and now averaging 17 points per game this season. The only guy who's improved more is Ahmad Clark of the University at Albany, who's plus 12.2 points this year. TJ Gibbs heads out, and he'll get a breather. Made those back-to-back threes earlier in the half. Mooney's got another double-double today, so now he's got 18 double-doubles, and 12 of the 18 have come in ACC play. And Mooney's going to have a chance for a three-point play.
That was a great pass, but an even better catch probably by Mooney. You're going to see come with the quick pick and dive, and Ryan McMahon's got to cut in front of him on that. Instead, he goes after him late and gives him the and one.
15 points and 10 rebounds for John Mooney, a double-double machine in his junior year out of Orlando. And there's the updated double-double leaderboard in the ACC. Mooney is 6 clear of Luke May.
You know, it's funny. People used to pick and roll. It's now become pick and pop and pick and dive fast.
Notre Dame hanging around. Down by 6, 14:40 to play. McMahon, now he'll shoot it.
Oh, that's way off.
With a long rebound out to Cunningham. Drives right back in. The no-look is Southern. Laszewski quickly the other way. Counted and one.
Well, that's one thing they got to get out. They've got to rebound those. And a nice pass by Cunningham. And down the other end, they go quickly get the ball up the floor after a made basket. Laszewski attacks. They are backpedaling and not in a stance. He's able to get the and one.
Gibbs back in for Mooney. You saw that Louisville bucket. Second chance points now this half. 10-0 in favor of the Cardinals. But here's Laszewski, who just a short time ago missed 2 free throws, trying to finish off a three-point play. And he misses another. Notre Dame can't afford to have that. And quickly it's Cunningham.
I mean, that's bad defense. You're talking a missed foul shot, and a team comes down right down your throat, and you're not back and in a stance to be able to stop that drive. That's not good.
Goodwin passes on the 3. Now Gibbs is fouled. All right, so ever since we said Gene's territory could go get a sandwich, we've had a foul almost every possession.
Now they're driving it a little bit more. It's being a little bit more physical.
McMahon picks up his second foul as Mooney is getting a well-deserved breather. So Gibbs, whose brother Ashton played at Pittsburgh, and his brother Sterling played for 3 schools, Texas, Seton Hall, and UConn, and now TJ in his junior year with the Irish. Coming this month on CBS, LeBron James presents the biggest reality competition ever attempted. Do you have what it takes to win? The $1 Million Mile, premiering March 27th on CBS. Notre Dame, one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country, and they have struggled today. 2 out of 8 really hurt. And Cunningham is fouled. There was a total of 5 fouls in the first half. We've already had 8 called this half. And Mooney's breather is done. He's back in the game for Goodwin.
Yeah, Mooney's got to be out there all the time.
8 points for Kristen Cunningham. 48-39. Here come the fans again at the Yum Center.
Pick and pop that time.
Mooney guarded by King. Mooney over King, yes. 17 for Big John Mooney. That's a big-time move, fadeaway Jay. Just hanging around. And we know what this could be set up for. Louisville has lacked that killer instinct down the stretch of games. They've not been able to put teams away with a lead. And the more Notre Dame hangs around later in this game, the more you know that's going to be in Louisville's mind. Wara with the pretty move. Mooney left alone for three. Bangs another.
I mean, how about switch those or do something where you're not just trying to leave him hedging that pick and roll forever and not getting back to him. He's the most dangerous guy in the floor. Now, Enoch doesn't move his feet that well, and that's why Malik Williams at the table. He's coming in for Stephen Enoch right now.
20 points for Mooney. 5th time this year he's hit the 20 mark. Cunningham trying to answer. And Mooney is there for the rebound.
I just keep picking popping Stephen Enoch, and if he's not going to get to him.
They do it again. Hub doesn't get it over there. Now Mooney has it guarded by Enoch. He's going to shoot it again. Not this time, and Leschewski tips it right to King. Now Enoch trying to go down low and can't finish the tip by B.J. King. Second chance points you see at the bottom of your screen, but this half 12-0 in favor of Louisville. Whoa. High pass. Leschewski grabs it. Shot clock's at 5. Hub forces up a 3. And a high rebound tip to Cunningham.
At the end of the shot clock, they had not driven it once. They've taken flyers every time at the end of the shot clock.
Gibbs commits the foul. And Louisville's got some momentum here in the second half. We can't wait. 2 weeks from today, CBS will reveal the 68 teams in the tournament. Have your brackets ready. The NCAA selection show Sunday, March 17th at 6 Eastern, right here on CBS. And the madness is coming, but we've already had a ton of madness. How about this? Through the end of February, 30% of all the games that have been played across the country have been decided by 6 points or less. 2-possession games 30% of the time. The countdown is going, and we can't wait 2 weeks from today.
Well, here we go. It's getting ready to come, and it's going to be great once again. It always is. Never disappoints.
52-44 in favor of Louisville.
You know, Notre Dame's going back and forth, man zone. Great cut.
Beautiful play out of the timeout with Williams finishing. Notre Dame's been getting crushed on the glass here all day, specifically in the second half. They're being out-rebounded 15-2, and Goodwin turns it over.
Take a look at the great small to big screen. Darius Perry sets a great screen you're going to see right here. And that's what's going to get Malik Williams open on the baseline. A small to screen, big screen is a great screen because you can't switch it. Good move there by Louisville.
Louisville has scored 23 field goals today. 20 of the 23 have come in the paint. And Perry, I don't know, is that in the paint? It's kind of right outside the paint, but it was close.
It's put it this way, it wouldn't qualify as a jump shot.
And this is the largest lead of the game. For the Cardinals, it's up to 12. Harvey been very quiet today. This after he scored a team-high 18 against Boston College, and Mooney draws the foul on Williams.
Well, Mooney's pretty versatile. He can put the ball on the floor for more than 2 dribbles. That could have been a travel.
20 points, 11 rebounds from Mooney. He has scored 7 of Notre Dame's last 10 points.
Number 3, Francis Salbury enters for the Irish, replacing number 14, Nate Leshevsky.
There's Eric Wood, the former Louisville football player who had a great career with the Buffalo Bills. And there's the fathead of Eric Wood. He's taking a picture, I believe, of his fathead, which, what a magical moment we just captured on CBS. Eric Wood, one of the funnier guys in the NFL as well, retired after the 2017 season. First round pick out of Louisville. I got a feeling that's going to end up on Twitter.
Little 1-3-1 by Notre Dame. They use this. This is the first time they're throwing it out in this game. Even harder to rebound out of this defense. Gets you all spread out.
Cunningham in the paint. You've heard that before today for Louisville.
And good job there being patient against that 1-3-1. 1-3-1's got a lot of holes inside of it. It's a very spread out defense.
Cunningham into double figures. He's got 10 points. Mooney's pass deflected. Harvey gathers it. Harvey attacking, and he's fouled.
Well, Harvey's really been struggling in this game. He gets aggressive here going to the basket. Yeah, that's a block. That's a good call.
Second foul on Malik Williams.
I always know I got a point when they replay it on the scoreboard and everybody doesn't go, whoa, I guess I might have got that one right.
Only 2 points for DJ Harvey today, averaging 11 per game. Tomorrow, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is all new with Julianne Moore. Plus, later this week, catch Kit Harington and Senator Cory Booker. It's an all-new Colbert this week on CBS. Well, it was last year that DJ Harvey injured his knee against Louisville. It was mid-January, tried to return, suffered a setback, and had microfracture surgery on his knee last February 28th. Did not practice basketball all summer. He was just rehabbing. There was some question if he'd be able to play this year. He started every game, and now he's past the 1-year mark of his microfracture surgery. And what a bonus it's been for Notre Dame to have Harvey healthy this season.
That's a tough surgery.
Counted it one for the King, VJ King.
I mean, they're just getting into the paint way too easy in this game. And that's another example. You know, that's just also a superior athlete able to make a shot over a guy.
10-2 run as the free throw spins out. And if Louisville can get VJ King going into the NCAA tournament, what a difference that would be for the Cardinals.
Well, he's the highest ranked recruit on the team.
Harvey with a tough shot, and McDonald's All-American VJ King, only averaging 3 points per game this year. It's just not been able to get it going. Cunningham is heating up.
It's looking mighty easy to me right now for Louisville in the half court.
And this is the game they needed. Their last 4 games, they averaged 54 points per game.
Great slip.
Goaltending call. But Louisville today shooting 62% this half, and they've scored 62 points with 8.5 to play. They've made 6 consecutive shots.
I mean, Chris Mack must be relieved to not look at that scoreboard and see a 5.
Yeah, you see this. First 24 games, they averaged nearly 80 points per game. In the last 5, just 57. So this is offensively looking more like the January edition of the Louisville Cardinals.
And now Notre Dame definitely has to start pushing this thing a little more aggressively. Good closeout on Gibbs that time.
That was Darius Perry with the closeout. That 3 is good for Hub. Notre Dame 7 of 19 shooting threes. Louisville is 1 of 19.
And that's why, you know, the zone has been good except for the rebounding. If they could rebound out of this 2-3 zone, they're not making any shots. That's way too easy again. Louisville obviously starting to find a groove on the offensive end.
Yeah, and not on the outside at all. No, it's all been inside. Hub trying to do it again. And King carries up the floor. Over to Cunningham. Perry left open. Louisville hits a three. Just their second.
They're just feeling really good right now. Very confident.
Largest lead. Gibbs is blocked hard by Williams. Wara brings it up. Can they do it again? That would have brought the house down, but King cannot hit, and Goodwin brings it up. 67-53, 6:40 to go. Harvey step back three. I think Notre Dame's run out of gas here a little bit, Coach.
Well, yeah, there's no doubt that only having 7 guys, really, Durham has hardly played in this game.
Good shot there. Chris Mack and Kristen Cunningham in the senior day ceremony before the game. Mack publicly on the PA address system said some really nice things about Cunningham about it. Couldn't ask for a better extension of me running this basketball team. That's high praise from Chris Mack for Kristen Cunningham. Gibbs from the corner, air ball. Ooh, last touched by Louisville. It'll be Notre Dame basketball when we return.
Well, they've got it all going right now. They even made another three. Darius Perry knocking it down. And the Cards up 14 on the Irish.
CBS Sports College basketball coverage is sponsored by Bud Light, enjoyed by Giant Blue fictional nights everywhere. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. The Louisville dance team with a lot to dance to today as the Cards are up 14. All right, Coach, how about some mid-major players to watch?
Well, John Morant, 25 a game, the leading assist man in the country. Mike Dunn, we've seen a number of times, can shoot threes, big, strong. This kid is second leading scorer in the country. Justin Wright Foreman at Hofstra. And then Campbell, Chris Clemens from Campbell to over 3,000 points. These are 4 special kids. Justin Wright Foreman at Hofstra, they're leading the Colonial Athletic Association. Joe Mahalik doing a great job there. These are 4 players, hopefully, you're going to get a chance to hear about in the NCAA tournament.
Don't forget, coming up next on CBS, good one in the Big Ten. Number 9, Michigan against 17th ranked Maryland.
I think Maryland's been one of the surprise teams this year. I don't think people expected them. Jalen Smith, their freshman, has been, and Bruno Fernando has been as tough as could be, their center. That's a really tough team. Very good defensively.
Yeah, they've won 7 straight at home, and that game against Michigan is at home coming up next. Harvey tied up, puts up a shot, won't go.
Well, he's had a rough day. He's had a rough last couple of weeks.
Harvey is now 2 for 10. See the discrepancy, the 2-point field goals to the 3-point field goals for Louisville here in the second half. And a foul called on Hub. How about the Louisville shooting today? 58 points from 2-point field goals and just 6 from the outside.
And they normally get a high percentage of their points from free throws and from threes. Today, from 2s.
It's a 1-and-1 for Kristen Cunningham. He grew up 16 miles from Lexington, Kentucky, and said as a kid he rooted for both Kentucky and Louisville. Sometimes you got to be careful. You root for both of them. His brother Trey was a manager at Louisville, and Cunningham was looking to use that grad transfer route after last season at Samford, and Chris Mack made a call, and the rest is history.
Yeah, he's been a good one for him.
10 of his 14 points have come this half, and a foul is called on Darius Perry of Louisville. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Notre Dame.
You think about it, where would Louisville be without Kristen Cunningham? They really have no other point guard.
And now the officials are going to go to the monitor. Looking for a potential hook and hold.
And you know what's funny about this hook and hold? I saw one in every game my first 5 or 8 games of the year, and I haven't seen that many lately. So the kids have definitely adjusted to not getting involved in these hook and hold situations.
Crew is Jamie Lucky, Bert Smith, Doug Shows, an experienced veteran crew here in Louisville.
And a lot of this is because of what happened to Isaac Haas last year from Purdue in the NCAA tournament when it was a hook and hold and he separated his shoulder and he was done.
Let's see if we can take a look here on the left side. 24 Sutton of Louisville.
No.
Kind of holding Lecheski's left arm. Nothing there.
There's nothing there.
Yet Notre Dame only commits an average of 14 fouls per game. Second fewest in the country behind Loyola Chicago.
I don't know. They might be calling it. Wow. I didn't think so.
Flagrant foul at number 10.
They called the hook and hold.
All right, let's go back to a different point.
Yeah, I was looking at Sutton before.
And they got Gibbs out on the perimeter.
Yeah.
And let's welcome in our rules analyst, Gene Steratore. It looks like, Gene, they got TJ Gibbs.
Yeah, guys, they did get TJ good, and that's kind of a deception. Put it in the category of a deception hook and hold, where he's lifting up his opponent's arm there. So in that case, they'll rise that to a level, flagrant 1 level hook and hold on TJ Gibbs. And remember now, the calling, the foul called on the court against Perry is a defensive foul. They cannot remove that foul on Perry. But now that they're looking at that hook and hold, they've added that. Perimeter play, not much safety, but hopefully becomes more of a deterrent, so it does become less frequent as we continue through the remainder of the season.
Interesting. Flagrant 1 on TJ Gibbs.
Yeah, I didn't see it, to be honest with you, but it's something they want to get rid of, and I guess they thought it was close enough.
King, not this time, although he has had a nice game. VJ King kind of been lost this season in Louisville, has provided a bit of a spark today as Quan 4 has not seen a lot of minutes for the Cardinals. It's been King out there. Goodwin catch and shoot 3. And Perry races up ahead. A 9-0 run for Louisville, and they have their largest lead. Enoch, guarded by Durham. Those are 2 teammates that used to play together at UConn, and they both transferred. Enoch to Louisville, Durham to Notre Dame. Played for Kevin Ollie with the Huskies.
And Enoch getting really low position.
Sutton picks up a foul. And it'll be a 1-and-1 for the Irish. VJ King gets a big hand as he goes out. These Louisville fans are so smart. They know what VJ King playing well would mean for the Cards later this month.
I mean, you think about it, really, Sutton has not played well here again today. And that was something that Chris Mack was really, the one point that he made to us is they'd like to see Dwayne Sutton start playing good again.
And Quan Four is an excellent defensive player, but does not give you much on offense. And Louisville, with Chris Mack trying to get the offense going, has not played for a lot today. There's that window for VJ King.
Well, let's face it, they're a good enough defensive team. If they can get themselves to 65 points, they're going to have a chance to win. So that's what Chris Mack is thinking right now.
How about Notre Dame? 4 of 14 from the free throw line. Number 2 in the ACC coming into the day, averaging 76% from the charity stripe. Leschewski, yes.
Haven't gotten much from that bench today at all.
First points in 4 minutes and 40 seconds for Notre Dame.
They've had a lot of droughts this year, just struggling to score with any kind of consistency.
Cunningham had it poked away. Good defense by Gibbs. And now Hub. Out to Gibbs for 3. Almost went. Instead, Cunningham has it with less than 3 minutes to go. And Chris Mack is saying, let's just slow things up a little bit.
A 15-point lead, no doubt.
Final home game of the season for Louisville. Assuming they hang on here, they'll go to 14-4 at the Yum Center this season. And they only have 1 game left. They have a midweek bye. Next Saturday, they're at Virginia for the regular season finale.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter, really, at this point, where they're going to be seated. But I said this to Chris Mack yesterday. I think he's done a tremendous job with this team. When you look at what they have, I think he's really, really put it together very, very well this year. And now the Cards in control of this game, up by 15.
Coming up next, good one in the Big Ten. The 9th-ranked Michigan Wolverines head to College Park to take on number 17 Maryland. Kevin Harlan, Dan Bonner standing by. They'll have the call coming up next on CBS. 2 of the top 4 in the Big Ten standings, Michigan and Maryland.
Yeah, I mean, how about the job John Beilein has done this year? And Iggy Brazdeikis was off the back of the backboard.
I think LeBron James did that a couple nights ago on an inbound.
But you can't throw it off the back of the backboard.
No, it doesn't work.
I was saying Iggy Brazdeikis is one of the best freshmen in the country that a lot of people don't know about at Michigan.
How about this one? Louisville has 44 points in the paint. Notre Dame has not blocked a shot all game. You think that down low there'd be a few opportunities to get at least one. They haven't.
And Juwan Durham's one of the best shot blockers in the entire ACC.
Ethan Cooperson, our statistician, of course, always on top of his game.
Then again, Durham didn't play all that much in this game until the end here.
And Williams is fouled by Durham. Third foul on Juwan Durham. So Louisville on the verge of ending a 3-game losing streak. I mentioned earlier that Jerry Palm, our CBSSports.com bracketologist, has the Cardinals as a 7 seed in the NCAA tournament. Selection Sunday, 2 weeks from today. And you look at some of the wins that Louisville's had. Michigan State at Carolina by 21, at Virginia Tech. Certainly, if they get back to where they were in January, they're going to have a chance to make some noise.
Absolutely. I mean, those were some big-time wins that they had, and they were surprising. And that's what I told Chris Mack. He's done a great job because I think if somebody told him, even with losing 3 in a row, you'd be in this situation, you would have taken it.
Oh, what a play that would have been as Perry tried a ambitious lob to Wara.
That was rather ambitious. That would have been ambitious for Dr. J.
No-look lobs are tough.
You notice I always go back to the throwback guys, Dr. J.
We've really had a history lesson here today. Bill Mazeroski and Dr. J have been mentioned in this broadcast. Timeout on the floor. Well, Louisville in this one today as we take a look at our game summary. Second chance points, certainly a big category today. 18-2 in favor of the Cardinals.
And that's been a big, when you go 2 for 21 from the three-point line and you've got 73 points, you had to have been doing something else.
Double-double from Malik Williams, 16 points, 13 rebounds, his third double-double of the year. Ward, tough shot, gets it to go.
Tough kid.
20 points for Wara. That's the 12th time this year he's scored 20 or more in a game. Notre Dame with Hub shooting a three and making it. Notre Dame has 2 games remaining. Wednesday at home against Clemson and then Saturday at Pitt. And Mike Bray calls timeout, and that'll allow Akoy Agau to come into the game for Louisville. He's been playing with a banged up knee and really isn't 100%, but it's his senior day, and Chris Mack is going to send him in for the final minute.
And Quan Four also.
Agau, what a collegiate tour he has had. He began his college career here at Louisville, then he transferred to Georgetown, then he went to SMU, and now he's back at Louisville.
Full circle, I guess you could call that.
He's the elder statesman here with the Cardinals. His left knee is all wrapped up, so he's really, Chris Mack said, I don't think he can play, but in a situation like this, his senior day, wanted to get him in the game. His family was here pregame. In a 16-point game. They're going to get it to him, right?
I would think.
McMahon for 3, and the rebound to Hub. 16 points for Hub today. He had 17 on Monday against Florida State. Agau fighting for the rebound, but it's Durham who has it. He misses the putback. Leszewski had it stripped away. Agau tried to block it. Instead, it's 2 for the Irish with 21 seconds to go. And Cunningham looks like he'll just dribble it out. And this is a good sign for the Louisville Cardinals. They stopped the 3-game losing streak. They put 75 points on the board. B.J. King made a little contribution, and I think Chris Mack will feel a little bit better about his Cardinals after this 75-61 victory over Notre Dame. We have more to come from Louisville. Stick with us. Cardinals 75, Irish 61 on CBS.